Speaking of karaoke, this is my karaoke song. Everybody has a drunken karaoke song, and mine is Hotel California. Don't ask me why. It's not particularly a song that I seek out to listen to, but it is one for whatever reason. If there's karaoke going on and they get me to sing, that's always the one that, yeah. Oh, there's videos of that on the internet too. Much younger me in my little fedora hat back when I was still very much stylish. New York stylish. Alright, so we're going to do a full moon video here. Full snow moon for some of y'all. For me, it's 65, almost 70 degrees today. It's so beautiful out. It's crazy. Full moon in Leo, February 16, 2022. I'm going to do a quick little rundown of just my basic numerology, astrology, yada, yada, yada. And then we'll do, I guess, a divine masculine spread and then a divine feminine spread is what I was thinking we do today. Just because then I'm also doing Love's Guiding Light in the silver cord tonight. If you would like to get on that, I guess I'll put the link for the Coven the Silver Cord below. You can get an apple through a donation put onto the altar for you, or you can just get onto the spell spiral, which is absolutely 100% free. Just gotta join the group and give me permission to put you on the spiral. I never cast without permission. What do we got? What do we got? You know what I'm gonna do? A Palo Santo. Just to get us started. I'll burn a little sage too, but I need something to wave around. Whoa, 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 whoa. See. I love the way this stuff smells. It's much prettier than sage and a lot less smoky than sage. And you must know, you know what, I'll share it with y'all. I do goddess, earth, air, fire, water, spirit. Blessed be my family, my home, and me. Alright. I'll burn just a little bit of sage. Just to get a haze going. Don't mind my stomach. I don't know why it's rumbly today. Though, that seems to be a common thing going on. Alright, we'll get right into the astrology here, right? Oh man, isn't that some crazy stuff going on with that on the internet right now? Alright, yes, being banned. Trippy, trippy, trippy. I'm so glad that I set up all my stuff on the 3D, right? Can't ban me from festivals. Anyway. Things, solar flares, all that. Look, my business still stands because it's 3D. As cheesy as it is. Anyway, I love y'all. Here we go. Alright, so we got the full snow moon, February 16th, 2022. We have got this at 28 degrees of Leo, bringing in the number 10 and the energy of 10. Now, 10 for me is burden and crisis versus alignment and establishment, right? You are either overburdened or in crisis, or you are being realigned towards new establishments, right? Choice is yours, always, always, right? So we got Leo in the moon, and this is revealing right now your mental and your spiritual strength. Is this love triumphing over hate? It is, if this is what you accept it to be, right? We got the sun in Aquarius, and this is also bringing a lot of spiritual illumination for people, unveiling a lot of inner truths about ourselves and about those around us, right? If you've been doing your shadow work, these are things that have been being very much highlighted with all those, the Venus and the Mercury retrograde, right? So this is illuminating and unveiling a lot of truths about yourself, and also we will be experiencing a lot of boosts in spiritual gifts, right? boosts and spiritual gifts. So whatever your spiritual gifts are, if you are sensitive to spirits, if you are sensitive to energy, depending on what kind of claircognizance you have, expect to be touchy. I mean, he always is during the full moon anyway, but this is going to be more specifically tailored to highlighting individual gifts, right? Now, everybody has access to all these gifts. It's just natural talents, right? How do you explain it, right? Like, I took the flute. I took the flute from 4th grade all the way through high school, and I sucked. I was the last chair at it. No matter what I did, I was never going to be good at the flute. Meanwhile, my best friend, Danielle, who I met in the 6th grade in band, she started out as second to last chair, made it to first chair, could play the flute, the piccolo, the clarinet. She could play all kinds of instruments, right? Some people have certain gifts, right? We all have a gift, right? Just not everybody's unwrapped theirs. So this is also an opportunity, if you do not have any gifts, that you might be experiencing an opportunity from the universe with these portals to really access your gifts, because they will be highlighted. So if you're feeling crazy and you don't know why, you might want to like research into claircognizance abilities, things of that nature, right? If you're a big dreamer, you might want to look into like lucid dreaming, dream interpretations, things like that. Look for what your gifts are right now. That's important with this moon. All right, there's a whole bunch going on with Capricorn. Capricorn's coming with a lot of 77 energy, right? We've got Venus at 16 degrees, Mars at 16 degrees. They're right next to each other, right? Love those two. That's another reason. I'm not going to get into that part. All right, those are big. I got a Mars in Scorpio and a Venus in Pisces, but these two aspects working together, right? Love and war. What is it? It's from Smallville. And I'm gonna leave that out. Say it. It talks about marriage is the only war where you get to sleep with the enemy, right? Type deal. And there's definitely that push and pull between heart energy and that ego dominating energy of Mars going on, for sure, playing out across so many areas for people. All right. So we got Capricorn. Now, Capricorn always highlights where we bind ourselves with addictive behaviors, right? Things that can drag us down, right? It's the devil card. It's, it just plays into all the control aspects of ourselves. What do you allow? What are you in control of? And what do you allow to control you, right? So that's definitely the areas that are being highlighted. Now, the number 7 is deception and illusions versus perseverance and investment, right? Where are you investing? Are you investing in the deceptions, in the illusions, in the, into that aspects of your life? Or are you persevering through these illusions and deceptions to invest into actual love and abundant frequencies? Because Venus is bringing in that. Are you investing in lust and greed? Are you investing in lust and greed? Is everything you're doing to get laid and paid? Or are you genuinely looking for true love, true abundance? And true love, true abundance doesn't necessarily come with $1 million in a mansion. It comes with feeling like no matter where you are in love, and you feel like you have $1 million and you're living in a mansion no matter where you are, right? Mars, you got the what are you fighting for, right? Are you fighting for love, or are you fighting love itself? Now, and this is a big thing, fighting for love. And this is a message that I put out there a lot. Love, you do not prove to somebody how much you love them by how much you can suffer for them. And how much of their toxic shit behavior that you can tolerate. Oh, I'm so strong. I'm going to persevere through my man cheating on me. No. And it's not, if you really loved me, you'd forgive me. No. There's fighting for love, which is you are working on yourself, your own behaviors, your own life for the benefit of love, right? That's fighting for love. That's persevering for love. That's, Yeah, that is. That's fighting for love. If you're working on yourself and you're working to better things in general, right? Fighting love itself, like fighting your partner itself, taking toxic behaviors, and that's fighting love itself, not fighting for it, right? All right. So you fighting for love, or are you fighting the love itself, right? Also, not accepting it is a big thing, right? All right, so we got Mercury is at 1 degrees of Capricorn, right? So it's time. The message I got from Mercury was it's time to start getting some clarity to inspire you to manifest through intimacy. With it playing along in Capricorn with Venus and Mars and that whole dynamic that it's shifting through, that is the strong message. A time to start getting some clarity to inspire yourself to manifest through intimacy. Now, intimacy does not necessarily mean sex. I will say one of the best videos on relationships and loves that I ever saw, it featured this 80-something-year-old couple, and they were talking about how the wife was anyway, and she goes, they're intimate every night, and the newscaster was like, oh, you have sex every night? And she's like, no, we're intimate every night. She goes, we still sleep naked and spoon every night. That's intimacy. Intimacy is also the ability to be able to share your genuine self with another person, right? All right, so we got Saturn and Aquarius at 8, right? And this is a choice. 8 is this chance to make a pivot. Are you spiraling? Are you circling over and over and over and over again in the shit patterns? But sometimes you gotta practice taking a different turn, right? So this is a choice right now that you have. This is a timeline choice that you have right now. You can choose imprisonment, or you can choose movement. You can choose escapism, or you can choose education, right? You can create change by changing the control and structure of how you do things now, right? Make a change. Make a positive change, right? And now when I say this imprisonment or movement, what you are either stuck or you're moving, right? If you are stuck, then you need to figure out why you're stuck, right? There's excuses or solutions. You're going to find whatever it is you're looking for. If you're looking for solutions, the universe will give you solutions to get unstuck. If you're looking for reasons to be excuses to stay stuck, that's lazy. It's just being lazy. It's indolence, right? So there's that, and then there's escapism or education, right? Is what you're wasting your brain power on educating you, or are you just using it to escape reality? Are you just studying things so that you don't have to face what's going on in reality? Is what you're learning valuable to your life? If what you're learning is valuable to your life, that is education. If what you're learning is not valuable to your life, that is escapism. You were doing things to just escape from reality, right? All right. Okay. We had Jupiter in Pisces at 10, right? This is a time to start expanding your mindset. Accept defeat, put down your burdens, and realign yourself with the health and wealth mindset. 10 comes with that, right? 10 is definitely an opportunity to seize onto a new structure. Always a new pattern, a new cycle, right? 10 is the completion. It's 1, you can restart, or 10, you can repeat, right? So it is a time to expand your mindset, accept defeats, put down your burdens, right? Put them down for a minute and realign yourself with the health and wealth mindset. Right? Putting down your burdens does not mean escaping responsibilities of these said burdens, right? But it is a time to put them down and figure out what burdens are actually yours to carry and what you are toting for other people. 1414 just popped up there, right? We got, Neptune and Pisces at 3, right? This is your intuition telling you it is time to release the heartbreak and prepare for new friendships and collaborations. If you have been stuck in third-party situations, bullshit, drama, nonstop, blah, na, 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 for a while now, it is time to, with that one right above it, right, accepting that defeat. This is all about Pisces. It's the two fish, right? Which one are you going to let pull you? Which one are you going to let pull you, right? So it is time to release heartbreak. And by releasing heartbreak, you have to cut cords to these old timelines and these old patterns and these old structures and allowing these outside influences to keep influencing you, right? So the intuition is telling you to release these heartbreaks. And in releasing these heartbreaks, prepare yourself, envision, get ready, because when you release these heartbreaks, you open up your center towards new friendships and new collaborations that will help you manifest where it is you actually want to go. All right. All right, we got Uranus in Taurus at 11, and this is enlightenment through seeking truths. It is time to get curious and passionate and follow your synchronicities to manifest the life in which you desire, right? Right? Time to get curious, passionate, and follow your synchronicities to manifest the life in which you desire. The 11 is also the Knight's cards. So it's about being wise enough to know what kind of armor you're putting on, right? There's always going to be those, like I said, in the other signs here, where you're going to want to drop your armor. For this, it's enlightenment to seeking truths. So in seeking truths, you need to be able to have up some sort of basic protection. So you don't want lies getting through. You want to be able to seek these truths without being triggered into an angry, fear-based mindset either, right? So there's some of that energy still going on. But it is definitely time to get curious about what you are passionate about, right? Your gifts and things like that, tying that all in, right? And following your synchronicities to manifest the life in which you desire. Synchronicities are there to give you signs to let you know that you are on the right track, even if it doesn't look like it right this second. You would be surprised, right? All right. We got the North Node in Taurus at 8. Once again, at 8. This is all your choice as to which way you want to turn, right? North Node is purpose, right? That's usually where your purpose is. What is true to you? What is true to you? Do you accept being stuck, or do you choose to make a move? Are you educating yourself, or are you distracting yourself? That is still a big message tying in with that Saturn control and structure. What is controlling you? Are you controlling you? Is the world controlling you? What is controlling you? Right? What is controlling you? Are you educating yourself, or are you just distracting yourself with escapism things? Are you stuck, or are you choosing to make a move? Alrighty. Alright, so... What am I hitting? Nothing. Okay. Deck many things. We're going to do Divine Masculine first. We're going to get out a couple of these cards. A Shadow, an Oracle, 3D, 40, 5D for our masculines. Then we will do the feminines. All right. I don't know why. Probably because Daytona's next weekend. I'm thinking about trying to watch the race. I haven't watched in forever, right? And I didn't realize how long it's been until I started looking up the racers the other day. And I realized that Joey Logano's for 32 or something like that now. I told you my numbers were always 2 and 22, but it turns out that the driver for the 2 is moved to number 6 now. So I need to look up and see who's in number 2. Who is in number 2? I started rooting for 2 when that old guy... I'm so bad with the names, y'all. You'd be surprised. When that old guy drove the brown M&M car, I don't know if anybody remembers him winning the race by sliding upside down on the hood. It was one of his last race. That's what I love. You can't script that shit. You can't script a wreck at the end of the race where the winner of the race slid upside down over the finish line. Let's just see. Who's in the number 2 car? Oh, Kendrick. Okay. Ah. And the other guy apparently bought stakes in his own little NASCAR business, and he'll be moving to the number 6 car this year. Intriguing. See how things change. See now, and now I'm curious because this is 2022, so it's a year for 22, right? But also 222 equals 6. So let's see, you know, who will win the race this year? I don't know. I just always liked racing. I like how they have to play with each other, right? They do all these little moves and things like that to shift around, to gain speed, I mean, there'll be somebody out in the front the whole time, and their whole plan is going to be to give up that number 1 spot to a teammate to guarantee that their team wins versus just them winning. Really a lot more going on than you think there is. I have to give props. The only reason I know this much about racing is I have a boy who actually went to like the NASCAR school in Florida. He was very much into racing. So a good friend. All right. Oh my goodness. All right, here we go, gents. For you, we got remember it, write it down, take a picture. I don't give a fuck. We got for every question there is an answer, and for every answer there is just another question, y'all. Even the seed of the tree of life had to be planted in darkness. Had to be planted in darkness. And patience is bitter, but the fruit is sweet. I tell you what, when it does come to racing, who's the most fun person to watch? That person who started out in the very last positions and had to work their way all the way up to the front. Which, one of the reasons before I got into numerology and all the really astrology stuff that I started rooting for 22 is because I really liked Tony Stewart. And there was a Daytona 500 years and years and years ago where he came all the way up from the back and made it to the front of the pack, only to have, I think it was Kurt Busch, bumped him and made him spin out and wreck his car. Cost him the race. It's like, oh. Get into anything, man. It's an energy thing. Like when you're able to mirror and absorb energy, that's fun. It can be fun if you're in a fun environment, right? If everybody's watching a race and all excited and all into it, it's fun. If everybody's watching a game and they're all into it, it's fun. You go to a concert and you're absorbing all the concerts are the best, man. You can go to any concert and have a good time if you're opened up to the energy of the fans that are there, that love being there. Damn, you can just tap into all of that so easily. All right, we got ancestors and generations, right? We also got forgetting oneself. And I think a lot of this is a message for you guys to really think about why it is you want what you want. Like, where did that programming, where did that come from? Where did your natural desires come from? Things like that. Even when it comes to little things like food cravings and stuff like that, I've always said the best diet that you could probably go on is if you look at your actual DNA and see what you evolved to eat, right? The most. Also, I got forgetting oneself and denying what it is you genuinely want. Like, I definitely get, like, a lot of divine masculines get into this position where their ego tells them that they should like, I don't know, super skinny models, and that's what they should be going for. And if you could just get, that's the lust and greed. That's the lust and greed, right? That you want a specific female for these specific purposes. Well, who told you? Who told you that? Who told you that was the ideal female, right? Because quite honestly, genetically, if you look back, the original goddesses and stuff like that, and even if you get back into Renaissance paintings and stuff like that, what? Truly skinny, super skinny women were considered unhealthy. That's why we are thick the way we are now, is because what? The thick ones were breeding. That's just it, y'all. What? The thick people were breeding. Now, and I'm not saying anything against that either. Now, some people, it's the opposite. Some people, you know, And even when you get into, like, you know, the whole trans LGBT, you know, community, it's who told you? A lot of people, and I say this too, a lot of people were miserable for a very long time because they fought what it was in their actual nature and who they actually were, and forced themselves into relationships with people that they didn't really want to be in a relationship with, that they weren't actually attracted to. And I'm sorry, and I hate to say it, but attraction is important. Attraction is important. I'm not saying looks are important, right? I definitely think that there needs to be a mental aspect there. Some people are attracted to intelligence. Some people are attracted to, you know, whatever. Right? I definitely don't think that you should put it all on looks, just basically because looks can fade, y'all. Looks can fade. What? You can marry a supermodel today, and then what? The house fire melts half her face off. What? Are you going to leave her there because she's not a supermodel anymore? There's a movie a long time ago about a woman who moved to New York to become a model and everything else like that, and some jealous person came along and hacked up her face. Right? Looks are not permanent, right? What else I got? What am I getting? Ron White? Right? You talking about how you can you could take your lady to a strip club and just be like, tell a plastic surgeon, I want those tits on that woman, da 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 da. He goes, your eyes go bad, you can get LASIK surgery, this happens, that happens, but you can't fix stupid. Right? It's the other thing that bred more. What? The intelligent people. For the most part. Not in upper society, for sure. Upper society was all lust and greed. That's why they're all a bunch of fucking morons. Just my personal opinion, y'all. Alright, so what do we got going on for the 3D for you guys? I definitely got, like, a lot of futility here. You got the Seven of Swords. The Seven of Swords, distracting yourself, right? I do got the abundance and partying, maybe overindulging in partying a little bit, right? There's definitely a lot of wanting to transmute energy here going on, right? Trying not to engage in the toxic energy, right? You're going to send me negativity, I'm going to blast it back at you with love and light with that Eight of Wands here. Also trying to make swift moves when it comes to that, not allowing that toxicity to really set. I do see a lot of rebirth getting ready to happen by embracing this energy, right? And I do kind of feel like, yeah, that's really what you're moving towards. Trying to move away from this futility, trying to move away from the escapism, right, of it, and distracting yourselves with luxury things, right? Shopaholic, things like that. Spending money, wasting stuff. It's just kind of a wasteful energy here, and trying to get more into an actual genuine abundant energy, right? It's no fun if you're not sharing it with anybody. See, they're just holding 3 cups hoping they're there, trying to move into the actual physical 3D. But you got to be able to block out the negativity and not allow it to bother you, because that's what destroys this and ends you all alone. And I do feel like you're really embracing that, and there's a rebirth coming in for you with it. A lot of feminine cards on y'all's there too. So it could be a lot to do with you dealing with your divine femmes, right? And I definitely get that as a sense here, because you have got the Lovers, number 6, reversed here in the middle of your mind. In the middle of your mind here, right? So we definitely have the masculines trying to balance physical reality and spirituality, right? Trying to blend and figure out what the hell is going on between the 5D and the 3D, because this is within the 4D connection, 4D telepathic connections, right? There's definitely a very, very strong connection going on. For some reason, you cannot figure out how to get it into fruition, right? There's definitely a Queen of Cups that has a ton of your attention at the moment. Someone very giving, loving, nurturing type of energy, right? This is someone who's intuitive and extremely compassionate, but for some reason there's a whole lot of conflict surrounding it, right? And I almost get a crabs in the bucket type of feeling, like maybe you feel like there's too much competition for this person, right? What's the 5D have to say for you? The 5D, we got what? It's time to grab the tiger by the tail and embrace this full moon and all the energy that's coming with it, right? We've got the 5 of Swords here, right? So the 5 of Swords for me, right? This is, you're going to keep running into battle. This is I like this one because you got the healer running in with the swords and they've got the 2 of Swords in their hands. And I'm just getting a strong sense of that. What are you fighting love itself? Are you fighting it? Are you the one who's causing the conflict because you're creating this 5 of Rods, right? This is 5 of Rods just in your head? Are you really competing against anybody? What are you fighting? What are you fighting? Because the 5 of Swords usually is the end of the battle, but this is a healer running into battle, and it's like, what are you fighting? What are you fighting? It's time to get some balance. It's time to get some balance. It's time to focus on that education, right? Re-educating yourself. Why? Why? Because the 5D is saying you're not competing against anybody. The 5D is straight up telling you you're not competing against anybody. If it's true, and there's no reason for you to be doubting shit. Right? Don't forget yourself. Don't forget who you are deep down in your core, right? And when it comes to your ancestors, it's not about not accepting anything that they gave you. It's about the same thing that you do with yourself with your own damn shadow work, right? Take the good stuff, right? You recode it. You recode it. You recode it into who you genuinely are. Take the time to recognize what is shit, toxic programming that you have picked up throughout your life. Who are you trying to impress, right? Right? Don't numb yourself. This is also a numbing yourself card. This is them the eating the lotus flowers, right? And being stuck in the den and losing track of all time and things like that, right? It's a matter of coming back into reality and remembering who you are down to your ancestors. All right, let's get any more from the deck of many things for the masculine before we go to the feminine reading now. And gents, anything for the gents before we roll out? When the student is ready, the master appears, but a true master knows when it is time to disappear. Right? Be mindful of anybody who says that you need them. You need to think like them. You need to be like them. You need to listen to them. You need to do all that. You can't possibly do it without me. Be mindful. Be mindful. True masters don't want you to hang around forever. They want you to go do your own thing. True masters don't need to have you follow them. Shut up and dance. The true masters don't need to have you follow them. All right. Divine feminines. Let me give this a little bit of a shuffle. A little bit of a scuffle. Divine feminines. We got that goddess energy stirring within Gaia right now. Oh, she's super pregnant. She's on the verge of getting ready to burst forth into the life, especially for the northern hemisphere. But astrological, that's the energy that we're in right now, right? Go from Aquarius to Pisces, and then we're waiting for that spring energy, that Aries, boom, fire sign, right? Love fire seasons. But you got to get through the air. You got to get through the water season first, right? All them stirring hormonal emotions. It's definitely a lot like even AEL was talking about, it's time to really take care of the fact that as, females, we have extra needs that need to be met on a regular basis, right? There's extra care that we need to take care of ourselves in order to keep ourselves emotionally balanced, right? Far more hormonal creatures than males are. Now, where males' hormonal problems come in, most males' hormonal problems come into dealing with female pheromones, right? Like we have any control over that. But I can't help it if I smell delicious. What the hell am I supposed to do about that, right? Females can't help it. It's natural, too. It's just instinctual. Like, a lot of people don't even realize it. When you're, it's proven. It's science. It's like that men were asked, shown pictures of women, and it was just like when they look most attractive is when they're ovulating. So if you're wondering when's the best time to take a selfie or something like that, y'all, it's when you're ovulating, which is the midpoint in between your periods. Yes, gents, if you don't want to listen to this, bounce off. This is the feminine part of the reading, so that does get brought up. Though, if you want some advice on dealing with females, probably should stick around and listen. Are you educating yourself on how to actually keep your female happy? Or do you think you could just buy her another fucking bracelet? Alright. I can see for miles and miles. I had a lot of prayers answered without ever sitting in a building. There do or do not, there is no try. And it's not about dealing with her when she is happy. It is about being able to deal with her when she is upset. Very true, very true. I say that too. Is your partners or the people you with, when you are hormonal, like you always get these people that are real funny. They're like, oh, it must be her time of the month, and oh, da 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 da, and they don't do anything that they know it. They know it. They know that you're bloated and you're irritable and you're in pain and all these other things, and they know that you're gonna get upset and everything else. Do they have fun triggering you? Do they do anything to make your life easier? Are they compassionate in any way, shape, or form towards your needs? Hiding your true self. Or do you feel like the need to hide all that's going on within inside you and just bottling it up and just letting that fester? You know, like that wound that you got that got wrapped up but never actually got cleaned and healed. Fire, passion. Yes, yes, those energies can be used to build up a lot of fire and passion, right? You also got the 5 here, too, that brings a lot of that, yeah, got the 5, you got the quarter moon, too, that halfway point moon. Do you feel the need to hide yourself? Do you feel the need to, hide away when you're going through these things? I love how she's all dressed in red, too, right? You can use these energies towards passion, right? If you got something that's truly upsetting you and things of that nature, right? You can use that. You can use that energy and find what you're passionate about and channel that, because all extreme emotion is generating tons of energy. So you have an option at those moments to generate that into something positive and something that you're passionate about, or you can use it to, the star card popped out of the top here. You can use it to help align yourself, right? Use it to your benefit. Calculate it. Ooh, I always get that too, right? Like I just said with the selfies and whatnot, the best times would be to calculate it like that. I get a strong sense like, y'all use technology to your benefit for sure, right? I mean, I love it here, right? So I love this card is really representative of sea travel, right? You get sea travel back here, right? Well, how did they used to navigate the stars? They used to use this old-fashioned sextants, right? To calculate the stars in order to travel and circumnavigate the globe, right? And then this turned into telescopes, which eventually turned into observatories, right? So there was a lot of passionate people that had to channel a lot of energy to go from this to this in order to follow their stars. I also get the calculations too, is if you know when something's coming and you know you're getting ready, like if you're working really hard on your diets and you find yourself in a constant struggle where you constantly sabotage your exercise routines, your diet routines, things like that, well, then get yourself an app, start trying to calculate yourself, right? Get yourself into a healthy rhythm of knowing what your rhythm is. And then that way, when you know that, I don't know, for me, I know 3 days before my period, I am going to eat chocolate. I don't care. And pizza, probably. And probably some pasta, too. I'm a carboholic. I'm an Italian. I can't even help myself, right? Pasta, cheese, chocolate. Ugh. It's a problem. But I know it's going to happen. So I know that if that's my weak point, I can choose the healthiest options for those days. Okay, so I want pasta, carbs, and cheese. Well, if I know that that's what's coming, I can go ahead and prepare myself and get what? Get a spaghetti squash instead of getting actual spaghetti. You know, things like that. Find a healthier alternatives to whatever it is you're about to do. Right? Make sure that you have a stash of I don't know, extra dark chocolate that's like, you know, over 80% cacao, right? So it's not really sweet, so you won't end up getting a sugar craving from eating it, but you will curb the chocolate craving, right? Because it's the chocolate itself. It's like cocoa beans. It's chocolate beans themselves that have the thing that triggers the thing in the female's mind, right? That feeds that, right? Triggers the same chemicals as orgasms, if you did not know, but that is why females get addicted to chocolate. I'm not sure if it does it in guys too, but I know for a fact it does it in females. But yeah, so you can go ahead and you can calculate that, and then that way you have your little stashes of healthy things already ready to go, so that, okay, you know you're going to cheat on it, but at least you're going to do it in the healthiest way possible. That's not going to totally derail everything that you're working towards for your own health, right? Alright, so on the 3D here, I get someone is definitely coming off as a major manifester. There's definitely a magician in play here. This could either be you or somebody that you're dealing with that you feel like is either... No, actually, yeah, I get that a lot. I get this as an outside source. This is someone who's definitely, you feel like, is manipulating, or it appears to be that they're manipulating your timeline or whatever, right? You feel like it's keeping you from success. It's keeping you focused in wrong areas. It feels like it's keeping you in some sort of third-party stuck situation, right? I definitely got a King of Pentacles here. So this is a double whammy with the asshole energy here, especially on the 3D. The magician could be a total dick. He cannot totally not be caring about what anybody else is going through when they're trying to manifest their own whatever's, right? And they don't really pay attention to what they're saying sometimes, and sometimes they can say things that put you in this type of energy, right? Definitely get someone who is doing this in a sense that they feel like they're doing it in a healthy way. The King of Pentacles, he can be very controlling. He likes things a certain way. He likes to do things a certain way. He doesn't necessarily mean to be a jerk about it, but he can come off as a jerk about it. But I definitely feel that for you, if you are hiding aspects of yourself, if you have to walk on eggshells for anybody, then you're not with the person you're meant to be with. You should not have to walk on eggshells for anybody. You should be able to be what you are, right? So there's definitely some strength here, full moon Leo strength, right? About setting your healthy boundaries and sticking to them, right? Stick to your own healthy boundaries. This person can be very, very, they can come off as very dominating, and they can come off as very cocky. That confidence can make you second guess your own confidence. Just be sure that you maintain your own healthy boundaries there, especially on the 3D on your own character, right? Don't allow them to derail anything that you're working on there on the 3D. On the 4D, I definitely got focusing on spilt cups, right? Focusing and sending a little bit too much energy on cups that have already swirled down the drain, right? On turds that have already swirled down the drain. All right, now you want to focus in on new love, and you want to bring in new love and things like that. You can't keep focusing on the turds that swirl down the drain and start looking for those red flags in everybody, right? You need to generate that energy from within yourself, right? And I feel like genuinely that you have the ability to create such a beautiful, glowing, energetic light from within yourself. And I do see that there's that King of Pentacles. Okay. Remember I said on the 3D, they might not be an asshole. They're totally an asshole. So you are definitely dealing with a reverse King of Pentacles, right? And the reverse King of Pentacles is a narcissist, right? He doesn't care about your feelings. This person doesn't care about your feelings. But this person's all about me, 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 and mine, me and mine, me and mine, me and mine, me and my money, me and my stuff, me, I like my things a certain way. And it's not in a healthy sense. Like, I don't know, I'm picking up, there's an episode of Friends where Chandler decides he's going to clean the whole house for Monica, and then Ross comes in and he goes, did you move everything? Did you put it back exactly where it was? And then Monica comes in and he's freaking out and he's like, I'm so sorry, I moved all this stuff and I changed all your stuff. And she goes, honey, I realize that this is my problem. That I have this compulsive need for things to be a certain way. And I don't expect anybody else to have that anxiety over it. So please, I appreciate the gesture. This person wouldn't do that. This person will lose their shit if you move their stuff, right? Right? And I feel like they cause you a lot of anxiety. They cause you a lot of anxiety, and they make you feel weak and defeated. This is someone that you're never going to be perfect enough for. Be mindful of that. Get rid of that, right? That is a turd. This is somebody from the past. This is somebody from your past, right? If you released somebody and you feel like you might have made a mistake, for whatever reason, they've got money, they've got it, and you're struggling now, and you keep looking back, and you're like, oh, was it so bad? Yes, it was. Was it so? Yes, it was. No, yes. Yes. No. Yes. I don't care how many times they comped for your nails and your eyebrows and your bullshit. I don't care how much jewelry they bought you. I don't care how, whatever. Oh, the house was nice and all this other stuff, and at least I was comfortable. Could I deal with? No. This person is crushing your spirit. This person crushed your spirit. This person was a turd that needs to be let go down. Flush the fucking toilet. Just shut the goddamn lid before you do, please. It's so skeevy. People who don't shut the lid skeeve me out to no end. See, that's my own personal thing. But it's also just, don't spray it everywhere. It's terrible. Ugh. Alright, what does the 5D have to tell you? The 5D is telling you reap what you sow. Whatever seeds you planted is what will come into fruition. There's still work that needs to be done, though, right? Planting seeds of intention are great, but if you do not tend to them, they will never bloom, right? They will never bloom. I got the 9 of Cauldrons here. There's definitely the energy of celebration and being happy and being happy within being who you are within your own skin. I do get a kind of a gluttonous off of this card a little bit. So just be mindful that you don't overindulge. Overindulging is an easy way to go from that 9 of Cauldrons energy to a very crappy feeling energy. And I'm going to bring the food back up again, right? You feel great when you first eating whatever this horrible thing it is. While you're eating it, it's absolutely delicious, but you will realize that later you crash. Proof positive of that is just watch your children with their Valentine's Day candy, right? Sugar hypes them up through the roof, an hour or two later, they're crashed out, they're pitching fits, they don't feel good, right? Be mindful that you don't over celebrate in that 9 of Cups energy, over indulge in these things that bring you that feeling only to feel crappy afterwards, right? Definitely give yourself time to recover, regain. I'm getting another sense of that healthy boundaries card, right? You need to be able to recuperate and take rest when you need to take rest, and you should be allowed to be able to set those healthy boundaries and say, I need my space right now because I've got shit going on, right? There's definitely a cycle of karma happening here. There is a cycle of karma happening here. Life, death, rebirth, right? There is a chance for new cycles, right? New cycles. 20 comes with the word for it usually is absolution, right? And it's a matter of bringing balance back into the scales by balancing yourself. It's a choice that you get to make, right? I get past life karmas, things like that. You need to release it. You need to release it. Release those karmic debts. That's what the volunteers came to do. Why would we come here? You really think you came to be miserable the entire damn time? No, you did not come here to be miserable the whole damn time. No. There is and I say this too a lot with the video games and stuff like that, right? As you're leveling up, you'll find pitfalls. You'll find mistakes that you've made for sure as you're leveling through. And we all go through this, right? What? You forgot something. You forgot something. So you have to go back and get it, right? And there's a matter of balancing out between the energies, right? And there's always going to be up and downs. And I was just saying that with the Nine of Cauldrons too. There's always crashes after highs. That's how it's supposed to be. Life is supposed to be the roller coaster ride that it is. But it doesn't have to be scary and painful and all this other stuff all the time. It's supposed to be fun and exciting, right? And it's a matter of shifting in and releasing that you feel like you deserve to be punished, right? That's like, you got to let go of that. Even if it's past life stuff, nightmares, things that bother you from the past, let it go, right? This war between, and I'm feeling this definitely because you got the goddess and the god here. There's definitely, and the Venus and Mars with each other right now, there's definitely a call for a balancing out of this, the battle, right? Just take a peek at that card a little bit, right? You got the Grim Reaper there, but instead of holding a sheath, he's holding a scale, right? What is the scale for? It's balancing your heart. It's balancing your heart. Is your heart as light as a feather? That's it. That is it, right? When you pass over, is your heart as light as a feather? Do you feel that everything you did, you moved from your heart center? Then you will be fine, right? Death gives everybody this big creepy thing, and it's got such a bad reputation. But could you imagine having to transition with nobody to walk you through that? It's here for a purpose, and it does this for you. And it just, everything is energy, and energy never dies. But this karmic crap that everybody's carrying around, whether it's from your past in this life, whether it's from your past in your past lives, past karmic debts have been paid. You have paid your debts. If you feel like all you've ever done is suffer, then accept that that suffering is over. Your debts are paid, right? And how will you know your debts are paid? You'll overcome this shit. You'll overcome this shit. This is the Four of Cups reversed. This is overcoming, allowing people to control you through your addictions. This is overcoming your addictions yourself. This is a big player point with, I told you, with all that stuff going on in Capricorn, right? You need a clear mind in order to navigate, right? You need a clear mind in order to navigate, right? Remember who you are. Do not hide your true self from anybody. If you have to hide who you truly are, then that's not you, right? If you really like to garden, then you should garden. If you are really, you know, a bubbly, flirtatious person, but your partner doesn't like, no more bottling yourself up, no more hiding who you truly are. If you are walking on eggshells, you are not where you are meant to be, and if everything's falling apart, that is because the universe is telling you you are not where you're meant to be. You are hiding your true self, and we need to move you into an area where you can really burn with all that passion that you have. All right. Final message for the fans before I roll. Too many. I'm not reading all those cards. You have everything it takes, more than everything it takes, and you're really stupid for not knowing that. It's from one of my favorite cult classics, Empire Records there. There's nothing new under the sun, and oh no, not I. Ooh. Told you that past energy, right? Should have made you change my... I should have made you change my lock. I should have made you give that key. If I'd have known for just 1 second, you'd be back to bother me. Oh no, not I. I will survive. As long as I know how to love, I know I'll stay alive. Right? Probably saying the words all wrong, but I got it. And nothing new under the sun, right? Whatever it is you're passionate about and whatever it is you're doing, I want you to understand this one thing, right? There is how many different loaves of bread in the bread aisle at the grocery store? Just think about it. There's how many different brands of orange juice? There's how many... Anything and everything. Anything and everything. There's nothing new under the sun. The only thing that's new is how you're going to do it. But first, you got to stop trying to be someone else. Be who you genuinely are. And embrace the hell out of that shit and breathe some fire. All right. Blessed be all those who walk these weird and winding paths with me. I love y'all very much. I'm going to be back just as soon as I can. I promise.